smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. No, I say you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want. Call us dangerous. Ain't too many can play with us. See what this game here taking us. No barber, ain't no fading us. I ain't really saying much. Actions be louder than words, man. I just wanna be heard. For your mom to your pop to the beat to the bird, man. Cut right off on the curb like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my home team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog. I'ma need a bone for my whole team. I'ma let it go like yeah. And it feel like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. Whole squad like what? And it feel like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like what? Whole squad like yeah. And it feel like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. Whole squad like yeah. And it feel like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. You don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. No, I say you don't want problems.
Head coach, we come at you from the shores of Lake Erie. EA Sports has the coverage of the NFL from First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Cleveland Browns.
You ready? You ready? You ready? Check, 47. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go. 47, Mike. Real. Mike, 47. It's coming this way.
First down, Mayfield. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. An aggressive play call to start this game. It backfired, but aggressive, no question about that.
Is that one of those statement calls? Trying to let you know that they're going to be aggressive right out of the gate, but that one hung up just a little bit too long. He made a nice play on the ball defensively.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Deron Harmon, and he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. Certainly not the cleanest of starts to this football game. Back-to-back plays yield turnovers in this first quarter.
So there's not much flow right now. A very choppy game. And I know this. It's a copycat league. We say it all the time about the NFL, but I'm not quite sure this is what they had in mind about something they wanted to emulate.
No, you don't want to emulate a turnover. And this will set them up nicely deep down in KC territory. It's a big play there for the Browns. 65 yards on the ground. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Check. Hey, wahoo! Mike's 47.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Seibert up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy. because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
Check Mike 47. Check Mike 47. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball right here. My touch.
On 2nd and 12, Mayfield. And that'll be incomplete.
He had a good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. Mayfield down, and this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Seibert able to knock this one through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. In for the sack, Myles Garrett. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. We talk about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Now the pass hauled in by Kenny Stills.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you're throwing so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Mahomes going to throw. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Olivier Vernon. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now here's Mahomes. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center.
Here we go. Mike 51. Mike 51. Touchdown defense.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. Buying time to his left. Going deep for Benjamin. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early early.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. He is going to find Hill here. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. This will be their first trip to the red zone. They've got it 1st and goal to go. He'll try the left side. Benjamin. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Mahomes now to throw. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Yellow. Turn the line. Take it to the mic. Get the ball. Watch safety creep. Yellow. Right.
On 3rd down, Benjamin. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter play. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. And no move to take the offense on the field. They're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal. They'll try and run for it. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
Oh, this is what I love about calling these games. 4th and goal. This is all about leverage, who wants it more, and who's going to get it done at the point of attack, the line of scrimmage.
This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
To throw again on 2nd down, Mayfield. Looking left side, and it's complete. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Now Cohen. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because in a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Akers, and very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
I'm laughing to myself because I could just hear in film session. But, Coach, I was throwing to Odell Beckham Jr. Of course I thought he was open.
They'd love to go deep downfield to him, though. Such a threat.
Yeah, a rare incompletion because most of the time we expect him to actually come up with the catch.
Here's Mayfield. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. The run on first down gets them a couple up to the 27. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Flush to his right. It's Hill, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down.
Two times. Hey, we got 3 down. 15's mine. I got 15.
On play action, it's Mahomes. And this is going to be incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And he finds Stills, complete. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the Browns.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Good boys came out to play. Don't be mad.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have... And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelsey, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
The Browns drive about to get started. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they load him up, because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Looking to throw again on second down. Mayfield, he'll let it go deep for Beckham. It's caught inside the 25. And this will set them up nicely deep down in KC territory. A big play that time for Cleveland. 51 yards. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Hey, team 6.
To throw, Mayfield. Rush coming, and he's taken down. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Open space inside the 10, and he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So it's first and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll try to run this one in, and he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Second and goal from the 1.
Focus, defense, focus. Check 37. Check 37. He's crashing. He's checking. Hurry. Out. Regular.
They'll run forward Tariq Cohen, and that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. So backed up to the 6 now. Third and goal.
Check 3. Hey, alert 33.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Taylor Gabriel, his first touchdown on the year. And once again, the Browns are back in front. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that'll make this a 6-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
To throw again on second down. Mahomes. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Now Mahomes taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. It's a gain of 35. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 26. An outstanding pickup there for the Chiefs. 49 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Under 10, under 10, 10.
The give to the tight end, Kelsey. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. It was Quincy Wilson that time, was able to make the play defensively. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And again this time to the tailback. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Attack!
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. It's caught by OBJ. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Line of scrimmage moves from one 37-yard line to the other as they come up 1st and 10. First down, a run with Cohen. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Let's get orbit. Check white Point it right, point it right, point it right. Blue there.
A first down throw from Mayfield. Looking for the end zone. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Well, sometimes when you try to defend OBJ, you're going to get a PI call.
You might get a PI called at just about any point during his route. And I think a lot of teams have taken the whole philosophy of, hey, just go ahead and do what you have to do and hope eventually they'll quit calling it. But not in this case. They dropped the flag for the pass interference.
And what can they do here on second and goal? 3 red zone trips. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
We're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Going for the deep ball. And this is taken in at the 5. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 78 yards. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. The extra point splits the uprights, and that will get them one closer. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Mayfield looks to throw. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Go. Check tight. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Get him, boys.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Hey. Point it right. Hey, Haywood.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
20. Check. 40. Pistol. Alert.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed.
Run. Hurry! Motion me out. Hey, Echo! Right on!
They try again with Cohen. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. Seibert's kick is good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. On 2nd down now, it's Grant. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Any team that runs the toss and runs it successfully, that means they win the battle on the edges. That means you seal the edge in order to let your back get to the corner. They got it done there for a very nice game.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
After the sack on 1st down, Mahomes eluding the pressure right. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. It got his man complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A gain of 32 that time. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How how much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get that little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
Hey, Ridley. Check it out,
On first down, Benjamin. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. They come up on a 1st and goal and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and the PAT for the lead. And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. Mack Wilson in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Throwing now is Mahomes, being chased out left. He's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. An 11-yard touchdown. As his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead here in the 4th. A post to the tight end for 6. Gosh, those guys are so tough to cover, aren't they? Just in general, tight ends running those patterns near the goal line.
Because you have to decide how you want to treat them. Are they a wide receiver? Are they a big extra blocker on the field? Or are they a hybrid and caught in between? So are you going to use a linebacker? Are you going to use a safety? Are you going to even move a corner in if you're going to play nickel or dime defense? They usually win those matchups because they have an answer for all 3 of those positions.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
4 down. Hey, alert!
Throwing, Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack. Well, they went with the nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down. You bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now Mayfield on 4th down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Nice job by Juan Thornhill there to get a hand in and break up the play. Well, they've got the slim deficit, decided to go for it, hoping to keep the football score and erase that deficit. But, boy, deep in their own territory like that?
Let's just say that with that...
Oh, no, he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They will run with Grant. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. It's first and goal and a late touchdown at this stage. Could officially salt this one away. They'll try to run this one in. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. A great play there with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Chiefs use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with...
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Frank Clark in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Mayfield to throw. The screen pass here to Cohen. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Now Mayfield. He's going to let it fly. It's caught inside the 25. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. He's going to go up top. And this will be caught. Touchdown. So in the final minute here now, a 2-point conversion will tie the game. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come.
King. Check Mike 47. Check Mike 47. I got one.
They'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Snags it for the pick.
Well, as most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you got a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. This will be taken. And now this is going to be a safety. Oh, my goodness. In the final minute, down 2, and now we're looking at overtime. There is not much more you can say about that one, but wow.
I think this is even beyond what a defense could have hoped for. I mean, down 2. Not only do you tie this in the final minute, but now just maybe you give yourself a chance to even win the football game.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. That's fielded at the 8-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. They get out of bounds.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds, right down around the goal line. It's a big play there for the Browns. 71 yards.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on first and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's third and goal. So everything rests now on the right foot of Austin Seibert. 3 for 3 so far, and a fourth would win. He hasn't missed a kick all year. Why would he start now?
That's a great question, isn't it? Well, maybe because that was the most nerve-wracking kick he had to attempt all year, but he knocked it through just like it was an easy chip shot.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still... You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Browns, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.